Don't know if you've done that already.
Thank you for reminding me. I wrote a big note to myself, record, and I hadn't done it yet.
Yeah. Well, the reason we're recording people is simply to help Maida, Betty. She's going to be taking the minutes, but it's really helpful afterwards to be able to go back on things that you missed or went too fast or too quickly for you. So it's handy to have that as a reference. I guess maybe I should be asking permission for that, but it's nothing sinister, so I don't see that anybody should worry too much about that. So before we actually start the business then and get into the minutes and that kind of stuff, I'm going to ask Madam Pauline if she'd like to just say a few words to us. First of all, let me just say it is so nice to have you. That we couldn't normally do this kind of thing without flying her over here. And there's no way we're going to do that every AGM. So it's really nice to have you, Madam Pauline, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this. And thank you so much for being so patient with us as we try to get this thing together, you know.
I'll unmute myself. Oh, well, it's lovely to be able to see you all. I mean, I'm actually seeing probably more of you than I ever would if I visited. So this is really brilliant. It's great. I mean, we did a Zoom quite recently and it went off really well. So I'm getting into the swing of it now. So I'm thanking you everybody for joining us all. I have to say congratulations to the Canadian Clan Hunter Association for being the first of all our clan associations to come on board and get live. And it's nice to see you all, it really is. With the emergence of COVID-19, it's put more pressure on all of us. And we've gone over, like everybody else, to digital communication. And so we've updated everything. So many of you will know that I recently launched our new logo and clan website. And you'll see several new items on the website, one of which is our blog, which my cousin Lucy has offered to write. This is going to be published every month. And won't necessarily be exclusively on Hunter Heritage and Hunterston. She's going to be showcasing different places to visit, more about the area around Hunterston Castle, and interesting stories that she comes across. And we have decided that from this December, probably within the first 2 weeks, I will be doing 4 yearly live Zoom meetings for everybody. So if any of you want to join us, I'll be sending out, hopefully, working Zoom links if Zoom doesn't close us down for any reason. And we're going to have those 4 times a year in December, February, May, and September. And we'll have a theme for each one. So next year in February, it'll be about the gathering, and we'll have Lois Wallace, who's arranging the tour she's got organised as part, along with the gathering, for people who want to do that. And we'll have questions and answers. Anybody's got queries who's coming to the gathering, we'll be doing that. And the May one will be on genealogy. So all your genealogy fans, we will have my brother Charles online and possibly Mark, I'm not sure. So that's the other thing that we've been focusing on this year, as well as the new website, is to set up our Hunter genealogy database. And we've got a new section on the website dedicated to genealogy. And we will have, next week, we will have a new Facebook site, which will be called Hunter Genealogy. And there you'll be able to put all your questions and queries, and Charles and Mark will answer them and let you know, where you can get help and things. And it will be a closed group, so it's not going to be open to the public in general. We've decided that was the best way to do things, especially with these days of privacy and things. And the other I'm going ahead now. We've had permission from our trustees, because my father left everything in trust. We've had permission from the trustees literally in the last few weeks to go ahead and create a charity to put the castle into that, which will mean that we will be able to access grants and things as well. So this will help us in the future to preserve the castle for all of you for now and for future generations as well. So that's something that's been really important to me to get done. And it'll also enable us as well to access grants for converting the old workshops opposite the castle, so we can create proper clan facilities. And this building, it's our intention that this building should be used as well for generating income for the castle to help preserve it. So we've had a look at various ideas, and people have come up with all sorts of suggestions, which are really useful and good. And as we move forward with getting charitable status, which we should have by middle of next year, we'll be able to then apply for grants and move forward with plans and things. And there's a section again on the website on what we're planning to do for the workshops. So when you come to visit the castle, there'll be somewhere to be able to feel, to be able to sit, and we'll have a computer with the genealogy information on. It won't be connected to the internet. We'll also have exhibitions and displays, and it's my intention to link up with West Kilbride and have some of their crafts people come and display things in one of the rooms there. We will also be able to have weddings there for up to probably about 30 people, which funnily enough happens to be the limit that we're at the moment in the UK, which is kind of unusual. So, and it'll also include, the charity will also include the lawn outside the castle, and that's what we will start with. We'll concentrate on those areas, and we'll make sure that everything is kept and preserved for the future for everybody. And I mean, I do feel for you all, because it's been such a traumatic and challenging year, not only for everybody to keep themselves safe and healthy, but also for those of you who've had job dislocations and having to change and adapt. And I'm really grateful for your support for us going forward. And it's great to be with you. Hope to see you all again soon too. Okay, Tom, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Madam Pauline. That's wonderful. It's quite exciting to just have you at the press of a button. And
it's lovely to be able to speak to everybody. You know, yeah. It's great. Yeah.
That's really great. So let's move into our meeting then. The 2019 really was the last time anything really happened to us, and we had 3 new participants. We were moving towards trying to spread out our clan gatherings at the Highland Games, and move predominantly we're with Fergus every year. And so we tried to move out a little bit, and we had some volunteers in 2019. We had Lynn and Richard Wright over on the BC side of the world, who that wave, that's great to wave there, Richard. Back in June 2019. Then we had Dale and Daphne. Daphne is here. Dale's picture has disappeared at the moment, and they took over from Christine and I at Fergus. And we had Judith Harrison and Judith and John Harrison at the Canmore Highland Games over in Alberta. And then we had Jean-Pierre Bautista Hunter, who was all ready to go in May 2020. He was keen to get started and do the Highland Games in Canmore. And of course, we all know what happened in 2020 in May. Everything on the Highland Games calendar was totally cancelled, so we had nothing. Hopefully 2021 will be a better time for us, and so we're still looking for people to volunteer for that. We'll get into that maybe a little later. I don't need to belabor the circumstances of 2020. We all have been strongly affected by the restrictions imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of our age and in my case medical background, Christy and I have been especially careful and tried to follow all the restrictions to the letter. As far as clan activities are concerned, we've still managed to produce our newsletters thanks to the creativity of Lynn and Liz. But then, of course, we were supposed to have Madam Pauline with us in August at the Fergus Highland Games, and that was not to be. And also the clan gathering at Hunterston in September 2020 also had to be cancelled. So all in all, it's what we might call a slow year. But out of the ashes can come some silver in the form of technology. And earlier this month, we were able to join Madam Pauline on when she was introducing the new revised UK website and on Zoom. And that was a great success. I believe there was at least 50 people joined into that, and we all got a chance to chat as well as hear what was going on and ask questions of Madam Pauline. And here we are with our very first virtual AGM. So we've got something to celebrate on that in that regard, in spite of the fact that all did not go well, perfectly well to start things off. But we're there now. So the beauty of this is, of course, as Madam Pauline has just proven a point here, you don't even have to be in this country. You can be anywhere in the world. If you're off on holiday in the Bahamas somewhere and it happens to fall when the AGM falls, you can still join us. We don't mind, you know. As long as you don't sort of lord it over us. Yeah, we might be jealous, but as long as you don't lord it over us, we'd be fine with that. So anyway, that's what's been happening this year, or what's not. It might be better to say that's what's not been happening this year. And so let's move on. And the first thing we want to do is, if I just get my notes here, is we need Maida. Maida Betty is our secretary looking after the minutes, and I guess from Maida we need a motion to. Everyone was sent a copy of the minutes, and hopefully you've had a chance to read that. And if you have any questions, now would be the time to do that. Maida is going to move that the minutes be approved, I expect. You're live, Maida? Yeah.
Yep, I'm live. Before I ask for a motion for the minutes to be approved as circulated, I must admit I found one mistake on the second page. I called recipient of the Youth Fund grant. I called him Jason Hunted instead of Hunter.
Oh, yes, a typo.
I don't think he'd approve of his name being called a Hunted. But are there any errors or omissions in the minutes that anybody can remember from our last meeting?
Yeah, hopefully that's why I sent the minutes out, so that you could peruse them and refresh your memory from, well, a year ago, really. And it's kind of difficult to do that. Anything anyone has in mind that we need to bring up? If not, then Maida.
I will move that the minutes be accepted as circulated.
We need a seconder for that. Christine here will second that, Maida.
Thank you.
All those in favor? Looks like everyone.
Okay.
Any discussion on that? Anybody got anything they want to throw in the last minute? I'm popping out the screen here. Okay. Then we have the financial report. Christine, not Christine, but Liz can pop that on the screen for us. Dawn is in here somewhere. Dawn?
Yes, am I live?
Yes.
We can't, Liz, we can't really see the report. Can you scroll up? Oh, there we go. Can you make it smaller so we can read it?
Can't make it any smaller, no. I'm going to scroll up as Dawn goes through it.
Okay. And then Dawn, are you comfortable with that?
Yes, that's fine. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Okay, fine. Well, this is a report for the year ended June 30th of 2020. And I'll just go down the report as hopefully we can see it. We started off and I'll round the numbers, please. We started off the year with a balance of $2,576. We received dues during the year of a total of $2,515. Now, $2,245 of that was for the year ended 2020 and previous, because some people were catching up on their dues. The other $270 was received for future dues. Now, the executive decided to waive the dues for 2020-21 year. So we've applied those dues to year end 21-22, and in a couple of places 22-23, where people have paid for more than 1 year in advance. So we ended up with a total revenue carry forward of $5,091. Our disbursements for the year, for the games, we spent $45, and that was mainly shipping supplies out to people who were substituting or looking after the various games in other locations. We didn't have any paid any dues at Ferguson. The newsletter costs were $145. This is mainly the stationery and printing costs and mailing. Hard copy newsletters. Membership fees at $80. Sorry. The membership fees was $80, which is our fee to the CASIC, Kansas Scottish Society of Canada, and $30 to the Scottish Studies Foundation. Now this year, the CASIC has waived dues just as we did, so there will be no dues payable for the year 2021. We sent $1,235 over to Scotland as a portion of the dues that we collect each year. And this is based on the calendar year, so it doesn't match up with the dues that we apparently collected for this fiscal years, because that was the amount that was collected in the calendar year 2019. Further down, you'll see another little note about that. Office and general expenses, $48, and this is again costs, other office costs of mailing and so on for sending out notices and so on by our secretary, our membership secretary, Christine. Website costs $151, and bank charges and PayPal fees of $53. So that gave total expenses for the year of $1,757. Now, the newsletter costs were lower because Christine and Tom decided to subsidize the newsletter costs because of the fact that we weren't collecting dues for this coming year. So they should have really been higher for that year, because they did not submit costs for the final newsletter. So total cash on hand then at the end of the fiscal period was $3,334. Of that cash, $780 is due to Scotland, and this is their portion of the dues that were collected from January 1st to June 30th. And then again, $500 of cash is set aside for the Youth Heritage Fund. So the funds available for our own clan use then is $2,054. Going on down to the bottom of the statement concerning the Youth Heritage Fund, there was no transactions during the year, so the balance at the end of the year was the same as the balance at the beginning of the year of $500, which had been set aside for the previous year's revenue. So that's my report. I'll make a motion that it be adopted as published.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Don. That was pretty straightforward to me.
Sorry, we just had someone come in from the lodge here with the delivery.
Okay, now Don has moved that financial report be accepted as read, as presented. Can we have do we have any questions for Don on that? No question. Everybody understood that's not a very complicated financial report at all. Very well presented, Don. No questions at all.
Yes.
Don's waving his hand. Don, yes?
I just might suggest, Tom, that you could circulate that as an attachment to an email. So
yes, we can do that. We can do that after the meeting. I'll send that round. Okay, could we have a seconder for Don's motion then? Sheila Massey, where is that? The pictures all keep changing. There's Maida Betty then. Yeah. Did you get that, Maida? All those in favor? Show of hands. Thank you very much. Then moving right along, we have our genealogy report. I think Liz is going to do some magical stuff for us.
You want me to go before the membership report?
No, sorry, you're correct. I jumped in my agenda here. Okay, we're going to cancel Liz. She's not allowed to talk anymore. We've got yet. We're going to ask Christine here. This is Christine sitting beside me to give her membership report.
Well, I started off as well talking about COVID in a way, because I said, although this has been a difficult year, we've still had a reasonably good year as far as membership is concerned. We started last November with, and this is just from last membership meeting, with Linda Hunter-Wright. And Linda joined us from Ottawa here in Ontario. And then after Linda, also in November, we had Danielle Hunter, and she joined us from Quebec, from a town called Mont-Saint-Hilaire. And she also took out membership for her son, Corentin Hunter. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but that's the way it's spelled. And this was as a Christmas surprise, which I thought was a lovely gift. And then in December, Rebecca Hunter joined our family from an interesting town in Nova Scotia. And I'm frightened to say this because I have no idea how to pronounce it, but it's Upper Stewiacke. Tom and I have enjoyed many trips out that area, and it's a beautiful part of the country. In New Year, we had a very interesting thing happen. Since January the 19th, we've had 4 new members join us. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4 of them are called Robert, Richard, Ronald, and another Robert. So 4 out of the 5 are all R's. So just let me tell you a little bit about them. Robert Hunter from Coburg joined us in January. And on the same day, we also enjoyed welcoming Richard Hodgson, who lives in Navan in Ontario. Then Ronald Hunter joined us a month later from Chatham, Ontario. And then in April, John Hunter became a new member, and John hails from Vancouver in BC. We then, after 4 months with no new members, we welcomed Robert Hunter and his fiancée Adele Lee to our association. And Robert Hunter is the grandson of one of our older members. Also Robert and Aldine were members for a long, long time. Aldine passed away, unfortunately, but Robert is still with us. I would like to welcome all these new members, and we did wonder if any of them would be here today, but I don't see anyone here.
Linda is, Linda Wright Hunter.
No, okay, I meant to say ahead of time, if I read out your name, wave to me, and I forgot. So Linda is here. And I hope that all of these new members will enjoy being part of the association, will take any chance they get to be able to go to Highland Games in their area or catch up with any of the current members, and certainly take time to visit Madame Pauline in Scotland if that works for you. I want to also just put a reminder in here that we keep losing members because they don't tell us of a new address or a new phone number or a new, well, not phone number so much, but a new email address. And so please try and keep in mind that if you change any of those things, we need to know, or we can't get in touch with you. And we don't always know of a family member that we can contact to find out. And even if you get your email, your newsletter by email and by news, can I start that again?
Yes, why don't you start that again?
If you get your newsletter by regular mail, we still would like to have an email address if you have one, because then any odd messages that Tom wants to send out are quicker than us having to keep mailing them through the post office.
Yeah, for instance, when Zoom fails and I have to send emergency messages, it's best if I have everyone's email, because the regular mail isn't going to work, is it?
It's not going to work. Yeah. So please remember to try and keep us in mind when you've got to change an address or an email address. And as we said before, we didn't charge any dues last year or this past year. So in spring, those who did send us money will automatically get their membership card. They will not be expected to pay again next year. And we do thank you for that, because the money's sitting in the bank. So thank you for that. And that's my newsletter, my membership report. And I move that we accept it as read.
All right. Thank you, Christine, for that. Christine has moved that that report be, does anyone have any questions they'd like to throw past Christine?
Tom, I just want to correct that I'm not Linda Hunter Wright.
No, Linda Hunter Wright.
We have another Linda Hunter.
Yes, yes, it's not me.
No, it's not.
Okay, okay. I'll have to check that up, Linda. Were you the one who joined from Ottawa? So
it's me that joined from Ottawa. I'm Linda Hunter Wright.
Okay, so we also have Linda Hunter here.
You're from Kingston, right?
I'm from Kingston. Yes.
Yeah, I'm from Ottawa.
There you go. You see how confusing this can be?
Oh yes, and then my sister is down on here too.
Your sister? Who is your sister?
Sheila.
Oh right, yes.
Now,
okay.
It's wonderful. This gives us a wonderful chance to put faces against names.
Yes.
You know, up till now, it's mostly, unless you happen to visit us at Fergus or something, mostly it's just names in a database. You know, so this is wonderful, and the more we can do this, the better it'll be. So Christine has moved that her report be accepted as read. Can we have a seconder for that? There we have Dale. Second. Dale, Maida, that was Dale. Has all those in favor? No other questions for Christine before we leave her? Then we'll go to Liz, as I tried to do before, and she's going to talk about genealogy, I think.
All right, so you should be able to see my screen here. As everybody else has said, it was next to impossible to prepare a genealogy report for this year. I haven't been able to help anyone with genealogy, nor have I been able to travel anywhere. But as I was thinking about it, I did realize that although last year I highlighted my family's trip to Acadia, there was one great resource that I left out of the story. While in Halifax, we took the time to visit Pier 21. Pier 21 is an amazing site where almost 1 million immigrants arrived in Canada. It has now become so much more than just a museum. So I encourage you, even while you can't travel to Halifax, unless you're lucky enough to live there, please go online to pier21.ca and have a look around. When we were there, we explored one of the exhibits on immigration. It was full of stories of families who have immigrated to Canada, and it was fascinating. There was one story that I found particularly moving about a family moving to Canada as refugees. Before leaving Uganda in 1972, they were put in a hotel along with many other refugee families. The Canadian government put a Canadian flag on the door of everyone who would be moving to Canada. The girl telling the story shared the power that she felt in that maple leaf, the safety and the protection. I found it to be almost akin to the Jewish Passover story. The flag on that door meant that she would be safe. Any trouble to come would pass her by because she was claimed by Canada. As we went through the exhibit further, it became clearer to me, and this sounds silly, but that this was also my family's story. I never think of my parents and my siblings as immigrants. They just moved here from Scotland before I was born. Near the end of the exhibit, there was a really cool display. It invited anybody who was an immigrant to have their picture taken. So my dad did. That's him in the middle there. Then it took the picture and it added it to a mosaic made up of many, many pictures of immigrants to create a picture of a Canadian neighborhood. So there's Isla, my daughter, pointing to Papa. The other awesome part of Papa 21, or of Papa 21, of Pier 21, is the Scotiabank Family History Center. Andrew took the time to visit and was able to get information about the boat that his grandmother arrived on. He had known previously that his grandmother had arrived when she was young, but he found out exactly when she arrived, where she had come from. He also got a picture of the boat that she had arrived on and details about the crossing. He finally found out where his grandmother had been born, why they had come to Canada. Andrew's grandmother's father had been given a job with the Soldier Settlement Board of Canada, and physical details. Under marks of identification, it was noted that Andrew's great-grandfather had a gunshot wound on his left hand, and his grandmother had gray eyes, which explains why Andrew has such a unique color of eyes, unlike anyone else in his family. How cool to be able to find that out. So I encourage you, even if you can't travel anywhere right now, search out these cool sites online and see what incredible discoveries can be made. One other cool final genealogical point to note is that one of our members, whom you just met, Linda, was reading my report from last year, where I talked about our family visit to Village Thibodaux in Acadia, and her lineage comes from the same Acadian family as us. We're family not only through our hunter connections, but also through our Thibodauxs. So cool. So in conclusion, I'm still here if anyone needs assistance, but with the great sites that are now easily accessible, like Ancestry.com, which seems to compile many of the different resources we used to have to search out, I think I'm probably most helpful to people who either struggle with technology or who are just starting out. But I also want to note that, as Madam Pauline said, they are also collecting genealogy information from all the hunters to have a hunter database. So please, if you have information to share, make sure you get it to her. And that is the end of the genealogy report.
Thank you very much, Liz. That was very interesting. Even although I was part of that, I still found it very interesting and very refreshing to remember when we did that. That was really neat. That was a surprise to me. So thank you for that. I'm not officially sure that we need to move and vote on that, but why don't we do it since we voted on the other ones? So would you move that your genealogy?
I so move, and Maida, I want you to know too that I will send you a copy of the report.
Yeah, so and just backing up a little minute, Christine will do the same thing, and so will I, Maida, from what I've said. So you won't have to write all that much, hopefully. So anyway, Liz is going to move that. Could we have a seconder for her report? I see Catherine Lecoq, and all those in favor of that? Do you have any questions for Liz before we let her go off that particular topic?
I just to say something with the genealogy. Is it all right if we put about Liz helping people with their genealogy in the newsletter on our blog?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah.
I'll just put an addendum to that I am a teacher, so my schedule goes up and down. If you contact me, it's not always that day that I can help.
No. But it's nice to have somebody who's knowledgeable and can point, beginners especially in the right direction. It's always helpful.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. That's great.
Thank you.
There's another link happening before our eyes. Yeah, that's great. Okay, then moving right along. After that, we have our newsletter report. Either Lynn or Liz, I'm not sure which one has agreed to do that. Oh, Lynn, I see Lynn waving her hand.
Yes, me. Hello, everybody. Nice to see all the faces. Our newsletter, well, the last two really have been not filled with too much news. We've been trying to put as much in as we can in our ever-changing world. And I just have to say, I found Liz's little bit there about the immigrants very interesting, because right now I'm trying to teach preschool online to English second language immigrants. So it's been quite a challenge. For our newsletter, we're looking into what clan members were doing during isolation. And thank you everybody who sent their pictures in. We had some really funny ones there. We've been doing things about how they've been staying home, staying safe, cooking and craft activities that you could do at home, and any and all news from the UK. We would, as always encourage everyone to send in their articles, news, pictures, whatever you've got. Some people have been doing that religiously, and thank you very much. But we'll take as much as we can get. Sometimes it's really hard to get enough news to put in the newsletter, and we'd love to hear your stories, anything you'd like to write for us. We will continue to do our best to keep you informed and hopefully entertained. And Liz and I just wanted to say thank you very much for all your input. I'm just keeping it short today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Will you move your particular report then?
I move that my report be accepted as written.
All right. Any questions for Liz? Lynn, rather?
Could I just pop in here and say, I'm really grateful to both Lynn and Liz for a really enjoyable newsletters. I look forward to receiving them.
Good.
Thank you.
That's always lovely to hear. There's nothing like a little bit of praise to encourage you forward. Great.
Good.
So do we have a second? Second, I see. Well, I see
Linda Wright.
Linda Wright in the top there. Maida. All those in favor of that? Say aye. Great. Okay, then moving ahead. I didn't ask if anyone has any more questions for Liz. Lynn, did I? To have a Liz and a Lynn in the same family is absolutely terrible, because they both get both names at either time. Anyway, that was Lynn that was doing that. And anybody got any questions for Lynn before we leave her?
Everybody knows they're our daughters.
Yeah, everybody knows that they're both our daughters, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then from the newsletter we report, we're going to the web update. And we're back to Liz.
So just a quick report on the website. We are working on updating it, but please note it still is a work in progress. There are still things that need to be updated. So we would love for everyone to have a look around. I've prepared a few little teasers for you just to show you a few things. On the homepage, we've got a new banner across the top featuring Hunterston Castle. And we also have the new logo at the very top that we got from Clan Hunter UK. I need to click. We have many pages in the photo gallery, although this page does still need updating. That's my next task, is to get the photos from the last couple of years up there as quickly as I can. So the page that I chose to feature today is the wonderful clan gathering that we had back in 2009. And when you're on one of these pages, if you click on any of the pictures, it brings up a large image that you can look at. Next page along the menu is the membership page. People who visit our website can have the option of applying for membership either online, or they can print off a form and mail it in. We have a series of pages about the clan itself, such as our clan info, the crest, the tartan, the castle, all that sort of stuff. So this is the clan tartan page. And then we have a collection of stories, pages about historical hunters. So they're the stories of families and famous hunters, including one page titled The Wild Boys of Goulburn. So have a read about that story when you have a few moments. And then I just wanted to highlight that Clan Hunter Scotland has also been working on their new website, which they launched about a month ago. And I encourage you to go there and also have a look around. There's a lot to explore, and there's also an online store if you want to purchase any clan items.
It is.
That's the end of that.
Well done, Liz. That's very nice.
Okay. Can I just interrupt there, Tom?
Yeah,
Patrick, the next generation of Hunter, would like to say hello. You want to say hello, Patrick?
Hello. Oh, hello, Patrick.
Hi there.
This is your little one, Richard?
Yeah, this is Patrick, our oldest. He's 2. And then we've got his sister Holly, who's 5 months.
Right, right. I remember you telling us that Holly had been born, yes.
Mum as well.
But yeah, lovely. Nice to meet little fella.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Excellent, lovely. So you'll be getting kilts and everything organized for the little one then. For the
That's on the docket. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay, back to Liz again. Thank you for that, Liz. That was wonderful. I take it you'll move that report.
I so move.
And do we have a seconder for Liz on that? I see Sheila Massey seconded that, Maida Betty. All those in favor of that? Thank you. So now we have the Facebook report. We asked Lynn if she would speak on that.
Okay, Facebook, it's going to sound a lot like our newsletter. We have about 288 people who follow us on Facebook, about 291 likes. So we're just floating around the 300 mark. It would be really nice to get it up to 300 or over. But continuously, our posts are reaching 400 to 500 people. So that's a lot of sharing that's being done by our members. So that's really nice to see. The page obviously has its busy times when we're posting about meetings and Highland games and such, and also had its slow times, pretty much all of COVID. But we rely on our members to please comment, like, reply, and send in pictures and posts to us. We're very happy to post about your anniversaries, celebrations, life events, anything happening. And please remember to comment or like any of the posts that you see. It just makes them go a little further and our reach goes out there a little further. Anything happening that our clan members may want to enjoy or be a part of, please continue to send things in. Any questions or comments on the Facebook page?
Anyone have anything for Lynn on that? Okay, nice
Okay,
short report.
I would like to move that the report be accepted as written.
Okay, seconder for that. Linda in the top, Linda, right? Oh, it wasn't you, it's Maida Betty that needs to know that, not you. Did you get that, Maida Betty? That was Linda Hunter, Linda Hunter, right?
No,
Linda Hunter. See, I'm getting confused too.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, all those in favor of that? All right. So that covers all of our reports. We have any other business to wind up, and what we one of the things that I've got a note for here is to talk about the gathering. Hopefully next year is going to be different, and Liz has prepared some stuff to do with past clan gatherings, and the gathering, if the gathering comes to fruition, it's going to be in September 2021. So Liz, are you able to hear me? You carry on with this?
Yeah, I'm here. So I would love to be able to show you pictures of what is going to happen, but since I can't see the future, Dad just has given me some pictures of past gatherings, and we thought we'd share those to whet your excitement. So here's Madame Pauline and Dad and Mom in the castle with the Canadian clan banner. And then in the past, we have had pipers at the gathering, which are wonderful to be on the grounds with, but the castle also gives you a neat vantage point where you can climb up to the battlements and look down on the pipers. And that's a neat way to see things as well. Archery has often been involved in past gatherings. In the middle, you can see Madame Pauline in one of her beautiful gowns. Madame Pauline is quite an accomplished archer, but everybody gets a shot at archery. So on the left-hand side, you can see that's my, oh, which daughter is that? Tori. That's Tori. That's my oldest daughter when she was 2, giving it a go. And then on the right-hand side, you can see my sister's oldest son, Thomas, giving it a try when he was 12. We've had dancers on site doing some beautiful dancing for us. And in 2009, we had, of course, the big gathering, and we had the parade up the Royal Mile with all of the hunters carrying banners and waving flags and just having a fabulous time. What a wonderful day that was. In the castle, my husband and my daughter have had some fun trying on bits of armor and pretending to attack their mother, or well, or wife.
Defend your mom.
Oh,
Defend the
yes.
mom. Defend the clan.
And we've had some wonderful reenactments of previous battles. You can see some gun smoke going off there, and some attacks with pikes and whatnot. And then this was at the castle at the pageant during the gathering.
Edinburgh Castle.
Edinburgh Castle.
Edinburgh Castle, sorry, yes. Demonstrations of how to wear costumes. The ladies on the left demonstrating how to put on these gowns. And I think the men on the right were doing the same, showing how to dress up in all the armor. Lost my mouse, there it is. And of course, just some good fellowship. So sitting around outside, chatting with members from around the world, having meals together, getting to meet new people is always a wonderful part of the celebration. And we always have a Canadian photograph. So this is all the Canadians that were able to attend in that year. And then, whoop, go back, I missed it. And then that was in 2007. So hopefully if you're able to join us next year, we will again have a Canadian photograph for everybody to be a part of. So Dad, back to you.
Great. Thank you very much, Liz. That was great. Take that off the screen for me.
Don't you want the next picture?
Oh, yes, okay, you're going to hold it there. All right. Then the other big thing then that's happening next year with the clan gathering is that the clan gatherings for the last couple of years, I think at least, have been timed to match in with the Viking festival at Largs. And so I think, Liz, you have some photos of that sort of thing. This is, if you were to go in 2021, then you would be involved with this kind of thing. It's a whole weekend, I believe, or Madam Pauline could tell us more about this than I can, but it's a fairly extensive Viking festival, including the burning of ships and all that kind of stuff.
Do you want me to give a little bit of an outline of the Viking Festival?
That would be excellent, Madam Pauline, please.
The Viking Festival celebrates the Battle of Largs in 1264, and it was the last time that the Vikings attacked mainland Britain. Both the Vikings and the Scots claimed they won the battle. However, we'll say that the Scots won. They have, each year, they have a complete Viking village, which is open to the, well, you have to pay to go in, but it's not a big charge. And they show, reenactors show you how Vikings lived in the 13th century. So you'll have people showing how they cooked, what foods they ate, as well as some weaponry. There's also sword makers, there's weavers, there's musicians, there's armorers, there's all the different aspects of Viking life there. And there's a lot of stalls around there with craftspeople. And there's a big tent where they have a lot of local foods and things, specializing local crafts in general. So this happens usually over 2 weekends, but the second weekend, they have the burning, as Tom has said, of the boat and a firework display and a bit of demonstrating of fighting techniques as well. It's quite a nice event to go to. As well as that, I think that Lois Wallace has arranged that there's be a small tour as well, sort of along with the clan gathering, and those that want to join that will be able to go across to Arran. The full program you can get by contacting me if you're interested. But the Largs Viking Festival, I'm now the patron of the Viking Festival as well. So we're held in high esteem as a clan there.
Wonderful. That was very good, Madam Pauline. Thank you for that. I didn't have anywhere near that kind of information, so it's lovely to get some more information. The other important thing that's happening next year, we hope, no one knows at this stage, but we hope that we will be able to welcome Madam Pauline here in the flesh, as you might say, and be able to shake her hands without worrying about COVID and stuff like that. So that would be happening during the Fergus Games, somewhere around the 11th or 12th of August. Oh, yes, August. Yeah. So, but that again, that's still at the moment up in the air till we find out just what's happening in the springtime. Probably we'll know, and we'll of course let everyone know what's going on. One other thing is, yes, we were talking about the Highland Games again. I did mention earlier that we would come back to that. We're looking for volunteers to to participate all over the country instead of just here in Ontario. We want people to support and represent us at the Highland Games wherever you happen to be. Now we're all over in all different provinces, and this that you're looking on the screen right now is the CASOC's list of Highland Games, and you should be able to look on this and say, oh yeah, I'm in Alberta. That's in June. I could probably do something there. I could visit there, or maybe you're near Maxville in Ontario, or Quebec rather, in July. I could be able to do that one. So we really want you to take a look. We'll send this out probably in the next newsletter. We'll send a list of possibilities, and we'll ask everyone to give it their full consideration of what they might do to support this. And it's not a big task. You just have to be a little bit enthusiastic and be willing to chat with people. People will come and ask you questions about the clan. And the funny thing that will happen to you, if you set up a tent and you have a sign on the tent that says clan hunter, people will come expecting you to hunt for clans. They will ask you if you can find their clan for them rather. And we have to be very patient with these people and explain that that's not really what we do, but we're certainly willing to help. And we usually have books that we can share with them and help them find their clan, even though that's not what clan hunter means. I hope that you all have a look at this and see where you might fit in. And we would certainly help you get that set up with the tent. And if there was an entrance fee, we would look after that. Most of the games, thankfully, are free, and you don't have to pay at all. The clans don't have to pay, rather. The public pays, but the clans don't, because the clans are an attraction to bring people into the games. So anyway, if you could take that off the screen now for me, Liz. That's it. We've reached the end of our meeting. Has anybody got any other business they would like to discuss? Maida has her hand up. Yeah, unmute yourself, Maida.
Okay. Tom, you'll remember a few years ago, we came up with a certificate for members of the Clan Association that's been involved for 25 years. Yes, I had a request about 6 months ago if we're still doing that.
It hasn't been active. There's no real reason why we couldn't go through the database again and see just who is still eligible for that kind of thing.
It was just a question because somebody saw mine and they oh, do you still have those? So I thought I'd just put it out there.
I'm sure we could, if you put that in the minutes, then I will be duty bound to respond to that.
Okay. Yeah, I think you and I joined the same year.
Yes. That was certainly some time ago. Doug Hunter from Michigan, I've been thinking about you all the way through the meeting. And Doug, were you the Doug Hunter who came up to London to the meeting? Who was very interested in the
genealogy, wasn't it?
Not the genealogy, but your DNA. Were you a DNA enthusiast?
Yes, I'm still trying to. I know I'm from Scotland because everything points that way, but I still can't get my link to Scotland. I'm stuck in Ireland, and so I'm using anything that I can use, and I'm still searching, but I haven't found it yet.
Right. I was just wondering if there was anything we could do as a clan to do with DNA. I had my DNA done, a long time ago, but to be honest, it was totally confusing to me, you know. And I know they've made a lot of advancements on that, and I've had it done again with Ancestry.
Sheila Massey was reading it.
Yes, and I see Sheila has something that she wants to add.
Doug, have you tried Y-DNA testing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I have. Sheila, I don't know. I did some DNA some time ago, and as I said, it was totally confusing, and I don't know where I am now on that.
We had my brother done his Y-DNA test. We've got a link back to Ireland, but we can't find our common ancestor because we can't get back past our brick wall.
Right. Well, that's where I am. I have a brick wall that I can't get past. I can get back to 1780, and then I'm stuck on the Hunter side. Then I'm stuck, and it would be nice if I could get some help through DNA. Anyway, I was just interested. I wondered if somehow or other we could get something going within the clan. Someone who is knowledgeable enough to help the others who are struggling. You know.
Tom, there is I'm in 2018. I met I think it's a bill hunter who was collecting Y-DNAs from men. Trying it, and he actually managed to connect somebody came to Stone Mountain who had found his hunter heritage through having his DNA done. He had been adopted, so that was quite a surprise.
Right.
But I'll find his email address and forward it to you, Tom.
Okay, thank you.
Charles and Mark may be able to help the Facebook page when I put it up. It'll be called Hunter Genealogy.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's all I have, folks. Is there anything?
What about asking Richard or Dale to talk about how they got on at games?
Yeah, Richard and Dale and Daphne. Do you folks have anything that you want to comment on as far as your experience at the games?
I can certainly speak about the BC Games in Coquitlam last year. It was a great event. I'd never been into one before, and I hosted the Hunter Clan tent there. We were actually right next door to the RCMP tent, the RCMP pipeline tent, so I felt right at home as well. For those who don't know, I'm an RCMP officer. And just up the way, we had the McLeod clan tent, which is Judy Tipple's clan as well. So I got to meet one of the hunters there. But it was a fantastic, huge event with lots of Highland dancing, whiskey tasting, pipe competitions, Highland games. I can't say enough about how much we enjoyed the entire weekend, and I encourage anyone else to enjoy in future years, hopefully next year.
And you're right, we get lots of questions on how we can help find their clans.
It always
they thought
happens.
we were hunters.
Yeah, it's great fun. It's great fun.
But it was a good conversation starter.
Yeah, it is. I personally love chatting to people at the games. It's great fun. Great fun. What about you, Dale and Daphne? Did you have a good time at Fergus?
For sure, we did. We had attended, or I had attended Fergus. No, we had before, and just kind of came to the Hunter tent, and then I joined the clan, and then was it 4 years later? We volunteered to run the tent, and we were lucky because Tom and Christine came by and spent a couple hours with us, and we learned a lot just from listening to you folks talk with other guests. But we had our own private pipers warming up outside our tent. We could see the main field from our tent that year, so we were lucky to be able to hear the pipes and drums all day long. And we didn't get any whiskey tasting, but it was there. We just didn't get a chance to go. It was a long day, but it was a lot of fun. And we met some people who were new members of the clan, and some that just were kind of finding their link to hunters, and I don't know if any of them became members after that, but we certainly handed out a lot of information and packages. So
That's great.
We were looking forward to it this year. We had some plans about new pictures to hang up and things like that. So we'll just hold on to those for next year, hopefully.
So there we are. We have two Highland Games already that are planned for 2021. That's great. So we need some more people. We need Richard is over in BC and Dale is over here in Ontario. We need some of these.
Lots of space between.
Lots of space between. Yeah, we need some on the East Coast and lots in the middle. So let's see what we can do.
Tom and I have gone as far as Victoria. We did games in Victoria, BC, and we've been as far east as
Fredericton
and Antigonish. We did both of those couple of years.
We had to learn how to say Antigonish.
Antigonish, yes. It's spelled Antigonish.
Antigonish, yeah. You mustn't say that. You mustn't say that. You get ridiculed terribly if you say Antigonish. So anyway, that's wonderful. And we appreciate Dale and Daphne taking over from us. We could, Christine and I, unfortunately, are not able to travel as well as we did before, and especially me with the different medical things that I've been through over the last 2 years, really. But I'm fighting fit, really, from one point of view, but travel's not a good thing for us anymore. So anyway, that's enough of that. I really appreciate everyone here, at least persevering and making their way through the jungle of Zoom today. And as I said earlier, Liz and I, who have been working on this all week actually and running tests. We ran tests yesterday, making sure that her slides and her show and everything worked. And we had a video of the Viking festival instead of just slides. We had a video, and it worked great when there was just Liz and I on the line. As soon as we added some of the rest of the family, then the video started to, buffer. It started to buffer, and so we decided, well, we can't use that. So thank goodness we tested it, and Liz switched from the video to the still pictures that you saw. So we really were, honestly, we were really trying hard, and then we were so disappointed.
But I didn't want to use this meeting as a test because I didn't want to screw anything up. So I kept creating new meetings for us to test in.
Yeah. So we did try. But anyway, I think it's worked out fine in the end. I don't know how many perhaps wanted to join us and were scared away, but I will send out an email to everyone apologizing and telling them what went wrong. So thank you, everybody. Then Maida wishes to talk again. Unmute yourself, Maida.
Yeah, I'm not always at a loss for words, but today I'd really like to thank you, Tom and Liz, for setting this up. I think this is a great way to go. We get people we haven't seen before and new people, and congratulations on a job well done. And Madam Pauline, it's great to see you again, even if not in person. It's nice to be able to have you with us. And just a quick one, Tom, somebody else in here at this meeting can sympathize with you and Liz in trying to get the technology to work. I'll let Catherine tell you what happened.
Come on, Catherine.
No, I did the same thing. I had a presentation all prepared for another group. Worked perfectly with a couple people. Once we got 15 or 16 people on, it doesn't work so much. So I know how much work goes into setting these things up.
Yeah. Well, we sympathize with you, Catherine.
I know.
Just before we say goodbye, does anyone have any questions for Madam Pauline while we have her sitting there?
Yeah. Far away. If not, I'd be more than happy to see you all in December. So we'll we haven't decided on the theme of that, but I'll be sending out an email. I'll send the link to Tom as well, so he can forward it to everybody. And it's been such a pleasure to be able to meet with you online, face to face. It's wonderful, this technology. It really is.
Yeah. Perhaps the next time we will have more people, but I'm really pleased that we have what we have. You know, so
thank you.
That's great. So thank you very much, everybody. We'll look forward to the next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Don and Marion, for
Hi, Dawn.
There's Beryl as well.
and there's Beryl. We didn't get a chance to say hello, Beryl. You came.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dawn in quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Earl.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Just kind of the
I
old-
was hoping I'd get to see you.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Burrow. We'll talk again later.
Yep. Nice to see you, Christine and Tom, too.
You too, Beryl.
Yes, lovely, lovely.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks, Lynn and Liz.
It's just the family now.
Glad it finally worked.
Good job, guys.
Good shot. Good for both of you. You both did a good job, Liz.
Excellent. What
Excellent.
presentations
Lynn,
were
your
lovely.
presentations were lovely.
Oh, it was just short.
Well, nice and
Not much
casual.
to
It was
say.
nice and casual.
It's just what you need.
Yeah.
You just have a nice way of presenting, Lynn. You're very, I don't know, very enthusiastic, like upbeat. You just.
Well, thank you, because I don't feel like that. I stress about things like this for 3 days in advance. And
No, you sound just.
it's different teaching preschoolers online, you know, because I can just, you can't do that without.
Well, please feel free to do that.
I have to calm myself down.
And the newsletter in the spring.
Yeah, you have to be animated.
Now we know what to look for, though, and you know, it's I'm just thankful that it was as successful as it was.
Absolutely.
For that,
That was good. There was 23 people on, so.
Was it? I didn't count.
23. I got 21, so I need to know who else was.
Well,
on.
I was counting the doubles, like you and Dad were double.
Okay.
And I did count Andrew, although he wasn't on screen.
Yeah, he was sitting right here.
Yeah.
Moved over.
Yeah.
Well.
All right, I'm desperate for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been stressful for all of us.
Yeah.
But it's over.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Oh, wait, I have to show you my mask that I made, Mom and Dad.
You know what, guys? We're still recording.
Oh, sorry.